Shalom, True Royal.
How you doing, Lisa?
Shalom to everybody in the chat.
Oh, excuse me, shalom. I want to make sure over here on my channel, y'all give me a number 17 if you can hear me over here on my channel.
I can see your people in the chat.
Yeah, I can see them. I just want to make sure that they can hear okay. We're doing a double live stream. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they can hear. How you doing, okay, mistress? Ain't seen you in a minute. All right. Let me go to your channel.
Y'all, is another blunder coming out of the White House. And yes, we are always going to drag those with high IQs and know everything and supposed to be the superior ones that are always effing up on a regular basis.
Yep, you're right about that. So
and this is another big one, y'all. Another big one.
So y'all know
just can't get it together.
So y'all know what to do over on my channel. You need to go get your shit and lean all up in it. Yes. All right.
Get them cherries, get those grape juices, get the popcorn, get the wine, whatever you prefer. You go get it, because this is definitely, it's going to be what, True Royal?
Juicy.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
Yeah. Oh, so juicy to me. What they say, as the plot thickens.
Yes, it does. It does, y'all. It does. You know, let's go back. You remember, leadership among the Gentiles will be lacking in wisdom. And you are seeing it bleed through in the Trump administration. I mean, it's bleeding.
Boy, when you call me
hemorrhaging.
When you called me with this one this morning, oh my goodness, I sat straight up, because the last thing that I said before I got off your live stream, what's gonna happen next? Every day.
Y'all are about to see it. Not only did these folks get on the Signal app and reveal sensitive military information, they also did it, at least one of them and his staff, Mike Waltz, also did it in Gmail. Can you imagine? You are an official up at the White House and you don't have sense enough to use the email that the federal government gives you. Instead, you use your Gmail account and it has sensitive military info.
Wow.
and Gmail. Now, I was telling True Royal earlier today, when I first came on to Gmail, I had an incident where somebody took my email address and they sent out mass emails all over the place. And I knew something was wrong. And this part I didn't tell you. I got locked out of my own email account, and I thought, okay, maybe something happened. When I went to Google, at first, initially, they didn't tell me nothing. I got into my account eventually, and somebody wrote me and said, "Why did you send me this email? All these emails went out." And I looked and I was like, I didn't send anybody an email. I didn't send nobody an email. Come to find out, y'all, somebody, they looked into it. Somebody from China used my email account to blast out massive emails that
What?
went everywhere. And they advised me to close that account and open up a new account. So the accounts that you have now are really secondary accounts. My
Okay.
original account, I had to get rid of. The accounts that I use now are not my original. Let me just put it that way.
Yes. Yes.
So accounts get hacked.
Mm-hmm.
Your people use they dox you and do all kinds of stuff, right?
That's right.
And this fool and his staff are going to use Gmail and put all kinds of sensitive information out there. I
It,
don't work at the White House, and I got sense enough to know that's exactly what you avoid, is the kind of email that the general public is using.
yeah, you know what? I immediately started researching when I got off talking to you, Lisa. I had to go back and look because I read so much. One of the publications have already tried to downplay it, saying, well, it wasn't any sensitive information there. He was just putting things like, you know, what time he had to go to different places, or maybe a meeting that he had
Yeah,
to
but he is the
no,
national defense. He can't always put his whereabouts out there.
no, he can't. But you know what? That was quickly debunked. That was quickly debunked. So they using an everyday email that you and I can use that can get compromised, just like the other situation, the using that app and all that. Like one person said, my children use it, and when you are working on that level, you should treat everything super sensitive. I don't care what it is. But see, they always trying to look for a way out. They never try to, and they just going by their leadership at the
Right, because we know
day.
Donald Trump takes no accountability for any of his F ups.
Uh-uh.
We already know that about him.
No, no. You know, it's always no big deal and all. And we know that if the Democratic Party would have did something like this, they would have made a big deal out of it.
Yeah,
And then
and I would have
also,
called them a bunch of dumbasses too.
uh-huh,
I would have called them stupid too.
and then they made a big deal out of Hillary Clinton's email,
Mhm.
lock her up, and y'all making Joe mistakes like this. But the
And
thing
they,
is,
on top of that, they didn't find nothing when it came down to Hillary. They made all that big deal, and at the
mhm,
end of the day, they didn't find nothing.
not a damn thing. And see, the thing that I keep overemphasizing, because we got another month of retrograde. These are the things that happen during retrograde. It
Mhm.
heightens. It
Mhm.
heightens. I keep telling y'all over and over, be careful with your emails. I be telling people, be careful with any of your electronics and your cell phones and all of that. And I'm loving this retrograde.
Yes, yes,
Oh,
he's
yes.
tearing the panties off of them.
It
But then
sure
again,
is.
Michael Walls put that shit back on. I doubt if you got anything I want to see.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
So anyway, y'all, I'm going to share my screen, and the video I'm going to show you was from MSNBC, and it's 10 minutes and 36 seconds long, and you're going to get a much better amount of detail on what happened. Boy, I tell you, it's a blunder every single day with these folks. Didn't I tell y'all that? Pay attention to what's going on in your job and who's effing up the worst. Just pay
Mhm,
attention. I know what
mhm.
I'm talking about.
Yep, you said that yesterday, Lisa. It ain't even been 24 hours.
All
Uh-huh.
right, y'all. Please give me a one if you can see my screen. Give me a 1.
Mm.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. All right. Let's do it. Let's do it, y'all. Let's do it.
Yeah, get your shit. I'm telling you, this is gonna be a good juicy 10 minutes.
Come on the air with the breaking news about Team Trump's reckless disregard for U.S. national security. According to documents reviewed by the Washington Post, as well as interviews with 3 U.S. officials, White House National Security Advisor Mike Waltz has done it again. He and members of the National Security Council have, quote, conducted government business over personal Gmail accounts, end quote. Washington Post reporting this, quote, a senior Waltz aide used the commercial email service for highly technical conversations with colleagues at other government agencies, including sensitive military positions and powerful weapon systems relating to an ongoing conflict. That is according to emails that were reviewed by the Washington Post. Waltz has had less sensitive but potentially exploitable information sent to his Gmail, such as his schedule and other work documents. The Trump administration is pushing back against the Washington Post report, and a spokesperson for the National Security Council saying that he has not seen Mike Waltz use his Gmail that way. Adding, quote, Waltz didn't and wouldn't send classified information on an open account. That is not the Washington Post reports. It's not the question or even the point. Experts telling the Washington Post that Waltz's use of Gmail makes him an incredibly vulnerable and high-value target for foreign actors, people like spies, saying that Gmail is far less secure than even a messaging app like Signal, which was, as we all know now, used by practically every single member, including the Vice President of the United States, of Donald Trump's top national security apparatus. They use Signal to have very sensitive conversations about an imminent military strike. Wall Street Journal also reported over the weekend that Mike Waltz had multiple other Signal chat groups going, not just about the Houthis, but about Russia and other topics. This breaking news on the use of Gmail to discuss government business by national security officials in the Trump administration is where we start today with some of our favorite reporters and friends. Former acting assistant attorney general for national security at the Justice Department, now an MSNBC legal analyst, Mary McCord is here. With me at the table, New York Times investigative reporter and MSNBC national security contributor Mike Schmidt is here. Also joining us, MSNBC legal analyst and former SDNY criminal division deputy chief Christy Greenberg is here. Mary McCord, your first thoughts.
Well, you know, we were floored to learn that some of the top national security officials were using Signal to discuss detailed plans about an attack on the Houthis. But Signal, at least, is end-to-end encrypted. It is certainly not an approved communications application for classified information, but it's more secure than Gmail. So it's pretty shocking to see that not only would the carelessness in protecting sensitive information extend not only to using an unsafe and unsecure platform like Signal, but to one that is even less secure and less safe than Gmail. I recognize that there is pushback that anything classified was actually communicated on Gmail, but some of the things that you just described from that Washington Post story do sound very much like things that in my term in government would have been classified. And even if not classified national defense information, like the information that was in the Signal chats about the attack on the Houthis, which put aside for a second that the department or that the government is claiming that was not classified. I don't buy that. But even assuming nothing of that same level of sensitivity was on Gmail, it is not an approved communications platform for government employees doing official government business. And that is not only because of security issues, even things far less secret than our classified national defense information are still sensitive, still something that we don't want adversaries, both foreign and domestic, to be getting a hold of or breaking into. It's also not an approved mechanism for maintaining federal records. I mean, one reason you need to use your government email when you're communicating about official business with other government employees or even with outside government employees is so there would be a record of those emails for purposes of the Federal Records Act. Excuse me. So that's another problem with the use of Gmail here.
So, Mary, I want to ask you to sort of travel back in time when Trump cabinet officials were treated like mere mortals, right? When they were not free from scrutiny by the Department of Justice. I want to get into Mike Waltz's credibility, because the Washington Post includes this episode about Mike Waltz, because I think we're going to have a furious attack on the reporting, right? And I think that'll be the shiny object. But I just want to put into the record right now, before we go any further, what we've learned about Mike Waltz's credibility in this situation. Here's what he told Fox News, quote, Waltz, who added Jeffrey Goldberg of The Atlantic to the Signal chat, told Fox News, quote, I take full responsibility. I built the group. But he has subsequently said Goldberg's contact information was, quote, sucked into his phone somehow. And he's never met or talked to the journalist, despite a newly circulated photo of the two men near each other at an event at the French ambassador's residence in Washington. Just as how he's telling everyone he's never met me or spoken to me, that's simply not true. Goldberg told Meet the Press on Sunday. Quote, this isn't the Matrix. Phone numbers don't just get sucked into other phones. So we'll use the L word here. He's lying. Those are lies. And now there's a new report from the Washington Post, not saying that he sent classified information over his Gmail, but that he and his staff were using Gmail to communicate serious, technical, and detailed government information. I want to come back to a point you seem to make almost in passing, that this violates the Records Act. Just zoom in as though these were normal people in a normal administration where accountability and a Justice Department that was still independent and singularly focused on U.S. national security. What would that look like?
Well, so you would see a couple of things going on here. I mean, the National Archives, for one, outside even in the Department of Justice, would be concerned about using, again, an application that doesn't result in the records being retained under the Federal Records Act. I mean, Congress passed that statute to make sure that all federal records would be maintained so that we have a historical record of things. And it's not just so that they can be FOIA'd under Public, Records Act requests by people to try to gain access to government communications, but for all kinds of purposes that the government needs throughout history to kind of be able to look back institutionally about how did previous administrations approach different things, et cetera. So you would expect the National Archivist to be concerned about that. You would expect the intelligence community, including the FBI and NSA, CIA, ODNI. I'm sorry for the menu here of acronyms, but you would expect our intelligence community to want to drill down on just how sensitive were the communications. Was anything there classified? Do they need to worry about harm to any of our allies, repairing any relationships with allies if potentially things could have been that they shared with us could have been vulnerable to being overheard or deliberately surveilled by our adversaries. They'd want to look into that carefully. Again, what we're seeing here is one newspaper article about what kinds of things those Gmail was used for, but there could be many more things, right? So they would want to look into that. And if in combination with the Signal chats, you would ordinarily think that there would be an investigation to determine whether there should be some sort of criminal or at least civil or administrative liability here. There's a whole sort of hierarchy of penalties for transmitting sensitive information over non-approved means, and that could be losing certain privileges like security clearances, for example, being reassigned to different jobs, suspension, other forms of discipline, all the way up to criminal prosecution if, of course, we're talking about the mishandling of classified information or some of these other types of things. So, normally this is something that should be investigated. It might even, honestly, at the point where we're talking about these now multiple examples, be something that inspector generals would want to look at because they'd want to see, is this a bigger and more systemic problem that needs, to be reported on? Now, we don't have an inspector general for the National Security Advisor, but you do for other departments and agencies that the National Security Advisor communicates with. So I think you would normally see, one passing, use of Gmail for something that's non-substantive. Maybe, hey, I'm trying to reach you. When are you going to be around? Are you on vacation? Something like that. Those things would be overlooked. But this sounds like it was used, at least based on this reporting, for much more sort of regular use. And it also makes you wonder, Nicole, why are you using that? I mean, when I was in government, right, I had my personal phone with my personal Gmail, and I had my government issued phone with my government email. Both went with me everywhere, but I did not confuse them, right? When I was doing official business outside of the office and in a, not classified communications, I would use my government email on my government phone. I am certain that Mike Waltz has a government phone, and there's no reason for your personal email to even be on that phone. So it does make you wonder why. It's not like it's easier to use Gmail than your government email, and so why use it at all?
Amazon offers hourly employees health care on day one for the
Hey, Lisa.
Yes, I'm here.
The part that just gets me is the suck part.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, come on. These folks, that's what I was telling you. They got separate emails working for the federal government. And she just said they have a government phone. So there is no reason why he should have been using Gmail. If he got a government phone and a separate email, through the federal government, so does all of his staff.
Yeah, that's what I was saying to you when we were talking. I said, I know they give them their own, a special phone, to conduct business.
Yes.
And you so sloppy and lazy. And then I know they because sometimes they have to do business at home, and they have to designate a room that they use as a skiv, or some people want to say, okay, if they don't know what a skiv is, it's a protective room where they can't hack into your system at all, because they might have to get up in the middle of the night and talk. I don't quite know how they do it if they're out and about, but hopefully the phone will, the phone that they issue out, that would do the protecting. But the question that I ask is, are they adding more to the phone? Being lazy, it would seem like all that stuff would just be, because they have a whole tech support team that would have all of that taken care of. All of that stuff is already done and stuff. And then on top of that, if you don't know anything, call the tech support team. But see, I'm going by their leadership, okay? And then also I'm going by that these are super geniuses, and I'm gonna keep rubbing it in. With me personally, you get to make no mistakes at all whatsoever, ever. This is nothing to play with. You don't want nobody, you working in a sensitive position, you don't want nobody to keep up with your movements, and they real quick to say, oh, that ain't no big deal.
Right. But
come
see,
on now.
They deserve it, because they always remind us on a regular basis, we're superior. We know this. We got high IQs. Yeah, DEI. You see how hard they're trying to associate DEI with Black folk. That's what they're really trying to do. Every time they say, they want everybody to think of Black folk when they say DEI. That's what they're trying to do right now. But this is a thing of beauty, because the more they talk bad about us, and the more things that Donald Trump do at a stroke of a pen against us, the worse they are looking out here on the world stage.
I keep saying over and over,
these blunders, I'm here for it.
I keep saying
I am here for it. And I got nothing but time when they make these blunders.
Sure
I
do.
just want you to know that.
I keep seeing over and over, it's a cost messing over royalty. So why they systematically trying to tear down our utter existence, look what's happening. Now check this out. Your prayers or whatever you're praying, Yahweh is listening to us real close. Put it out there, because look, it's like tit for tat. One day they do something, the next day something happened. Look how quickly this stuff is happening. And then Yahweh had gave me a message last night that was so deep, Lisa. The message that he gave me, this is their last push of so-called being on top. This is it. This is their last effort.
Oh,
And
yeah,
look,
they know. You know why? Because many of them, if you listen to the way they talk, it's almost like Donald Trump is their savior. Oh, Donald Trump gonna turn all of this around. Donald
Really?
Trump couldn't even turn everything around when he got those 34 convictions. If he can't do that for himself, how the hell is he going to do that for a whole country?
There you go. You're absolutely right. And they didn't even like.
True Royal, you're breaking up. True Royal, are you there?
Making sure that,
Okay, we didn't hear everything you said. You kind of
okay, excuse me.
Yeah, if you could
Okay.
just start that over.
I'll start back over. What
Okay.
I was saying is, when they had that first plane crash, Trump and them, I could tell the way they were coming out. They said some little blase stuff. Oh, it's terrible what happened to the families. And they didn't even give it a 24-hour. And the first thing they wanted to do was blame a plane crash on us.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been downhill ever since. And then every day I'm reading something about how they want to wipe out what we have did to build America. It wouldn't be no America without us.
Sure wouldn't.
And all. So wear yourself out. So it's like, you know, a lot of times the way we operate is, if a lot of bad things are happening around us, we'll do like a self-assessment and say, you know, am I doing too much, or I'm being negative and stuff? They don't have that in them. They just keep pushing along, doing what they're doing, and it's going to get worse and worse and worse on them and stuff, to the point that they ain't gonna even talk. They, you know, because the way, see, remember, Lisa, remember how Trump thinks. When COVID came out, Trump's attitude was just ignore it and it'll just go away in a couple of days. No, nothing ain't going away. Ain't a damn thing going away. We ain't gonna ignore nothing. He wanted to ignore this. He gonna officially shut down. They said the investigation that they did on the first debacle, they said they barely, now you remember they're investigating themselves, that they barely even did anything.
Well, we know how it is when they investigate themselves. It's always, we didn't find no wrongdoing. Yeah, of course you didn't. You say the same thing each and every time.
Oh yeah, they famous for that.
Yeah, they are. And you know, all we're seeing is inadequacy every day. We're seeing an administration that is lacking, very unprofessional, and have no sense of what they need to do and what their responsibilities are. And so, that being said, don't expect to see accountability. We haven't seen 1 ounce of accountability. And isn't it funny how these folks will F something up? Their name will be all over everything. But according to them, it's still not their fault. It's just, I saw this so many times on jobs. It ain't even fun. Name signature would be everywhere. It's not my fault. I didn't do anything wrong. I'm like, okay, whatever. I said, these people are too much.
Yeah,
and
they
it's exactly what we're seeing now. It was Mike Waltz that brought that reporter in that chat. It was him that did it.
So Mike Waltz then basically the guy that the reporter was on there, he just got sucked into it.
Yeah. He just manifested himself inside the chat. You know, but I've seen, like I told you, I can tell y'all some stories. I would see signatures, names, emails from them and everything. And as soon as something goes wrong, that's not my fault, though. It's not my fault. And I was like, okay, whatever. You know, these folks ain't big on accountability. But if any of us do anything wrong, they want accountability. That's why I said, nah, you ain't gonna pull that hypocritical crap with me.
Yeah, and
I'll call you out every time.
In the crap that I have seen them fire us over, I have seen Black men show up to work and get fired because he showed up to work. He just showed up. Somebody that's very close to me and my family got to work early and got fired because they got to work early. They were just looking for anything to fire them on. And then, they real famous. A
lot of times they're in, you know why they are there early? A lot of times they're doing shady things and stealing from the company. They'll arrive at work at 6 a.m. and don't have to be there until 8 in the morning. And that a lot of times they come in like that because nobody's in the building, and that's their opportunity to steal what they want to steal.
I have seen that in the kind of work I did, Lisa. They would show up to steal all the copper off the job, or they would be hooking up with somebody on the job, hooking up, real quick before we start work. Yeah, they would have those type of incidents, believe it or not, on the job site, Lisa. They hooking up. I'm like, oh, Lord. I said, what a place to hook up.
Yeah. But as you can see, there is no common sense in the Trump administration.
Wait, Lisa, you said common sense. You said common sense, Lisa. Who has common sense?
None of them.
No. Trump said he had common sense.
Yeah, he did. Yes, he did. After that helicopter crash, those families were upset with him when he went in that rant. All them folks died on the helicopter and plane, right? And he goes into a rant about DEI, and they were like, "We don't want to hear that crap." People were angry with him over that. As a president, he should have been trying to be sympathetic and giving his condolences to the family and leave it at that. All this stuff nobody wants to hear. Don't nobody want to hear all that DEI talk from him all the time. And he just don't get it.
Well, that DEI stuff is blowing up in their face every single day.
I don't see DEI making blunders. I see y'all making the blunders. I don't see DEI doing it, but I sure see you doing it.
They sure are. And then and it ain't no big deal to try. Ain't nothing no big deal at all. But you know what? This and it's been happening even before retrograde, but this last few weeks, every day they've been getting hell, and it's getting worse and worse and worse. They've been getting hell. This country the president is a laughing stock. This country is the most hated. We could go on. And then on top of that, you making rookie mistakes. Mistakes.
And your staff is doing it. Okay. And it just goes to show you, he picked a bunch of inexperienced people that know nothing about running the government. And we see the evidence of it every day.
Yeah, the position that Pete Hegseth got, the black man that had that position, Lisa, I started reading his accomplishments. I stopped. I got tired. This brother, they said he is so respected on all branches of government. And I've been reading every day. They don't respect Pete Hegseth. This is what I heard today. They said
he's low ranking.
This is what was said today by his own. Having a square jaw and a dimple in between it ain't enough to me to have respect for you, because he think he's so damn good looking and all. You know, he's supposed to be a man's man.
And that general was Lloyd Austin.
Yeah, that man is so respected.
And he was there for years, y'all. Even before Biden was president, he was there at the Pentagon for years. You didn't hear about not one security breach in all the years he was there.
No.
Pete Hegseth, Mike Waltz have only been there less than 2 months, and you're hearing about blunders all over the place.
You know what? It's so bad, Lisa. They've been pointing out some other security breaches with Pete Hegseth, where he's literally on the world stage speaking, and they're pointing out things that he are saying that he don't supposed to be saying. But see, when you got a drunk that's been sitting up there sucking on that yak all day, and then he got to go speak before people, then you got a combination.
And remember, he brought his wife when he was talking to foreign dignitaries. He brought his wife in on meetings that were really classified and confidential. She was not supposed to be there.
Even brought his brother, and his brother's supposed to be a unquote advisor.
Yes. And you know what his experience is, y'all? He's a podcaster. But so much for all that merit, Donald Trump, right? So much for all that merit you be talking about.
It ain't no damn merit. They said this boy is making 6 figures, and he don't even know what the hell going on. He just there. That's nepotism at its finest.
Right.
We sitting up here. This is about our utter security. You may not even necessarily like the person. My father taught me this, and
that's why Donald Trump. But thank you for saying that, because that's why Donald Trump's his cabinet is a failure. Donald Trump picked those folks not on merit, because we know they don't know a damn thing, but he liked them, or he liked the way they look, and he think the press secretary's hot. You see, that's like some teenage boy stuff.
There you go. And I'm glad that you said that one part. My father said, when you dealing with them, when they hiring people, they hire them based on emotions. So you like somebody. You don't give a damn about their credentials. You don't give a damn about their judgment. You don't give a damn about their morals or their values, because you like them. It's a lot of people we like that's incompetent. When you got your own company, and that company is for your utter survival, are you going to hire people that you like? Are you going to start hiring some family members that you know don't got their shit together? Because you're not going to make no money. Ain't going to be no, that ain't going to happen. Hire some folks on emotions and find out what happens.
But I do take pleasure in Elon Musk losing millions and millions of dollars, and the candidate that he backed in Wisconsin lost. I take sheer pleasure in that.
Yeah, and he crying over it. In that Wisconsin election, he dumped $25 million in that election. Okay. I don't know what state it is, but one state, they have been voting Republican since the early 1900s. And they lost a seat. So dumping all that money in it, people paying real close attention to this stuff, because it's affecting their immediate situation.
Well, they said Florida is turning blue. And Florida has been red forever. It's turning blue.
And I don't never hear nothing good about Florida. That's a place I don't even want to visit. I mean, I don't never hear nothing good.
And they lost a seat in Pennsylvania too.
Oh, they did. And
yeah, the Republicans are going down, boy. But I think at the end of the day, I think most people are going to view both parties as useless.
Yes,
I really do.
Yeah,
because I really do.
So wait a minute. I'm glad you said that, because it'd be some folks coming up in here. We don't support the Democratic Party. We don't support the Republican Party. We don't support liberals. We don't support none of them folks. All right. Do y'all get that clear? I know you're not going to hear what we're saying, but we don't support none of them, because they all full of crap. Because we all know if everything fell back in place where their immediate situation wasn't shook up, they would go right back to doing what they do to us. That's why they want us out there to get our heads all split wide open. And we got a few more days before them folks get out in them streets. We ain't getting out in them streets.
Hell no. And see, this stuff that Donald Trump is doing, y'all, that's exactly, he's trying to work, it's this whole government. See, this is why we say the government owes us reparations. Look at what this government is doing to try to coax us out to the streets so we can get harmed and killed. Because that's what it's all about. See, those cops haven't been cracking our heads open, and they're itching to do it. And look at what Donald Trump is. Oh, I'm going to take this away. Oh, I'll just get rid of that street down there and get all that mess off the road that says black. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He, as a president, is taking all kinds of digs at us. Now he want to sanitize the Black History Museum that's down there. This is all to get us upset and out running in them streets. That's all.
That stuff don't bother me.
Oh, get Derek Chauvin out. Go right ahead. Get him out. Who the hell cares? Get his ass out.
Now, somebody just asked a question on my channel. Animal Advocate. You said, I get it, but what can we do? All right. We're saying things that we can do. We've been doing what we've been doing. If you just take the time to get online, people are literally boycotting these major corporations that have basically not dealing with the DEI program. So there's things that we are doing. We are not spending our money. There's a lot of things. We do have power, but the one thing we do not do is go out in these streets and march up and down because they want to bust us upside the head. They got a plan for us, but you can control your dollars. All right. So those are some of the things we can do. We don't all have all the answers. We need to collectively come together. I'm just one voice.
I tell you what, the first sight of us on them streets, you're going to see the police, the military gear, the police dogs. They're going to be armed to the teeth like they ready for war. See, that's how they come at us.
And they've been itching. They've been itching to come at us, and it's bothering them. It is bothering them.
They have never seen us behave this way before. So, yes, they are deeply bothered by it. To the point where there's videos coming out every day from some white person, some Latino. Well, we need y'all to come join. Everybody need to come together. Those videos are coming out every single day, y'all. And I am not exaggerating.
No, you're not. No, they literally begging for us to come out in these streets and support support them. And these people are so disingenuous. They didn't went as far as saying that we got a history together. A history of what?
I know the Latinos have said it, the white people said it, and we still sitting around trying to figure out what this togetherness history we had.
Y'all keep this in mind. When you see them pictures of us out in them fields, them black and white pictures, and you see us out in them fields picking cotton with our babies and stuff, on the other side of that, it was them folks watching us on the sideline. Okay, they was right there.
And see, they took pleasure. I want y'all to think back when our folks were on the streets. They took pleasure in mocking us and laughing at us in their media. Oh, look at them. They're looting. They're looting. Oh, the looting. Oh, y'all criminals. Oh, y'all, that's the stuff they were doing. Oh, you guys are thugs. Look at what you're doing. See, they took pleasure in getting in the media and talking crap about us every time we were out there protesting. I want y'all to reflect back. They would always say we were looting, we were thugs, we were causing all kinds of problems and chaos out there. And the police, they got to keep us in check. They got to shoot rubber bullets at us and everything. See, as soon as we get on them streets, they going to jump the violence off and then claim it's us doing it. That's exactly what they're waiting to do. They want to get these cops all lined up on the street. As soon as they spot us, they're going to jump off the violence and then try to claim the violence came from us. This is the game they've been playing all along.
Yeah, and then they're gonna escalate it and make it more than what it is.
Right.
Like they always do.
You're going to see the arrest. You're going to see our people down on the ground getting handcuffed. See, that's what they want to put on TV.
Yeah, and
then they'll be all through the media. Oh, yeah, them black people. Oh, yeah, get them off the street. Oh, that's why nobody. Oh, look at them. Look at them. Yeah, they want to talk trash about us because they have done it historically. After every single march we have done in this country, they want to be in the media talking crap about us.
And the one thing, please spread this. I often talk about our immediate situation. Spread this to all our folks. I don't care what age they are. Collectively, the people that you can reach out and touch, and we keep doing that. And we have been doing that. I have to give it to our folks. This is a first for me. That I'll go on TikTok. I don't care what age group the person is, and they like, nah, you ain't going out there in them streets and all. And then when they tried to pull that Jim Crow stuff, the young folks really tickled me. How they had a list of the shit that they wanted back from the white community. And the first thing Lisa said, you can't come to our neighborhoods. Don't come through here. We never wanted to be around your asses anyway. See, that's the part that y'all never understood.
No, because they're raised to believe that we want to be accepted by them. We ain't never wanted to be accepted by you. Okay, we ain't never want that.
Okay, so my queen said, Queen, I just read an article while I was on break at work that Walmart is getting ready to close stores in several states because of declined sales. These boycotts are kicking their butts.
Good.
That's us controlling our dollars. Yeah,
I'm glad. Let them go. Bye, Walmart. Bye.
Well, Walmart should be ashamed of themselves. I watched a documentary where people that would apply for jobs that once they got hired from Walmart and they would give you your employment packet. Do you know in that employment packet it would be in there for you to fill out an application to get food stamps? And then you remember they got busted on like when you would get a supervised position, male or female, the males would get paid way more than the females. All that kind of stuff that was going on. Walmart got a bad reputation.
Yes,
they really do. They sure do. Good.
Yeah. No, I'm not on Walmart anymore. I'm not on there. I used to be. Yes, I'm not on there anymore. So anyway, y'all, I just wanted to keep you updated on what's going on. But no, we don't owe other groups out here outside of us. We don't owe them a damn thing. And that's the part they're not getting when they're making these videos trying to say, we've done so much for you. I said, okay. And I never, I mean, I don't have no recollection of no Mexicans doing so much for us. And I've seen it from white people, white women, white men. Oh, we done so much for you. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. I'll be the first to tell you you didn't.
You did a damn
So
thing for us.
no, so telling us that is not going to get us out in the street. So if that's your goal, you have failed miserably.
Yep, you
It's
on your
not
own out there. Go out there and wear yourself out and stuff. But you know what? You know what? Sometimes, even in the back of my head, I'll think the subject that we're speaking on. Okay, you didn't messed up. You seem like they would clean their shit up. It gets worse.
Yes, they do.
That's the part that's blowing my mind, because I know when I make a mistake, I'll be like, okay, I got to get my stuff together. I don't want to keep getting caught slipping. So we're going to stay in a state of denial. We can clearly see the house burning down. We can see who set the fire as the house burning down, and then it's just going to be in a state of denial. That don't make no sense. That's the part that gets my that trips my psyche out. But like I said, don't debunk anything. Don't say, oh no, they're not gonna do that. No, they're gonna do that. Because you always keep this in mind. When you read what they getting ready to do, they've been doing it. All right.
And all they want to do is once we get out on these streets, they gonna go run to the sidelines and let us take all the hard hits.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what they gonna do.
Oh, yes.
You know, that's what they gonna do. And no, we ain't getting our heads cracked open and all that stuff. So y'all can forget it. We're not coming out.
Yeah, that's a day where we can come together and maybe barbecue and play some cards. Remember them days back in the day? Play some Bid Whiz and some dominoes. Coming together. Hey, be with your folk. That's what this is all about. I like just being around my folks where I can just be myself.
Exactly. Exactly. And the thing is, y'all, look at how peaceful it's been since we have not been mingling with these folks and going out in the streets. It's actually been peaceful.
It sure have.
We don't need to be taking on other people's burdens at all.
Mind your own damn business. That's what we need to continue to do. Mind our own damn business. And you remember what that message you put out years ago when they out there talking about they need some help and all that? You stay out of that, because they'll flip that around and say you done did something to them. And that'll be a reason we'll get cracked upside the head. And it has happened, because Lisa said it happened in her family, trying to be helpful with one of them folks and stuff. And that when you told us that, Lisa, years ago, I kid you not, as soon as I got off that live stream, I told my son and husband, if one of them needs some help, mind your own damn business.
Yes.
Because I have seen videos where they have lied on us. I seen one where this white woman lied on this young kid. He was getting ready to go in a restaurant. She called the police. She sat in the car across the street waiting for him to get his head cracked wide open. Remember that years ago?
Yes, I remember that. And I remember even the store owner came out and tried to defend the brother. Yes, she did.
That woman was waiting, and that's how they get down, waiting for that boy to get his head bust wide open. That's how they get they thrills, and that's what they're waiting for. But see, as time go on, it'll be like when COVID hit. While the enemy is sitting there waiting to bust us upside the head, they're gonna bust their own upside the head. I guarantee you this. Because they got a taste of blood in them.
They will. For the simple fact that Donald Trump is super sensitive. And when he sees so many of his people out in the street turning up on him, he ain't gonna care what happens to him. You watch. He ain't gonna care if them cops start busting them up in the head. He ain't gonna care. Because you know how Donald Trump is. He believes everybody should be loyal to him while he's loyal to no one.
No. Not at all.
And you watch, he's going to change as soon as he sees so many of his people turning up on him. He's going to change about the police not touching him. You watch. He's going to change. And then next thing you know, you're going to see them getting roughed up by the police and hauled off and taken to jail. You watch, because he ain't going to take this too much longer with everybody turning up on him. He's going to do something about it. He's petty. Okay, this man is petty.
Yes, he is. He's petty, and but one thing that he does is he represents Esau to the fullest, because he don't mind showing his ass. And if you had any doubt about Esau, just turn and look at what Trump do. That's really in them.
Yeah, he's the embodiment of their entire community.
Yeah,
he really is the, you ain't lying, he is the face and representation of them.
Yes. And
racism
and stop. And one thing we because I know our folks been doing this. I don't think we're on that. Might be a few that's on it. Stop trying to look for any good in them and stop trying to demonstrate the good in you. They don't give a damn. They know what you are. Like I said, what they see in us, but they can't kill in us. They see the everlasting life in us, and they see the kingdom in us, and it bothers them. And they running around this planet looking for their origin, and they looking for the fountain of youth. They don't have no origin.
No. And even to this very day, y'all, that Neanderthal that was on this earth, they cannot tell you where that thing originated from on this planet. They don't know.
Lord have mercy.
They don't know where the hell that thing came from. If you ask them what's the origins of the Neanderthal, they cannot tell you because they don't know.
That is crazy.
No, actually, the Caucasus Mountains is not the origins of them.
No, it's not. They don't have, like I
they
just
don't know. They can't pinpoint where they originated on the planet. They have been looking and looking. Even their top scientists cannot tell you the location on this planet where that thing, which I don't believe was human, I believe it was a full animal, where that thing originated from. Where on this earth did it come from?
Yes, that's what I hear me clear. They cannot find their origin. They are a fairly new group of subhuman. And what blows my mind about this subhuman, when they jump up and say what they have discovered. See, the thing that bothers them, because they know deep within, all this stuff we have created. The thing, I'm gonna tell you what bothers them. When they started putting them satellites up, and them satellites can penetrate into the earth and stuff, you see highways, you see all kind of stuff that we done already put out here centuries ago.
Yeah, now a lot of these cities were here when they showed up. These cities didn't start with them. They want you to believe they did, but no. Please. That's why they got a founding date and not a date where it was built. It's founding. Founding, that means it was already here.
It was already here. Like this one girl told me over in Africa, these archaeologists started doing some digging. They dug up a city and they had electricity. They had lights. When they see that kind of stuff, they bury it because it doesn't represent them. Anytime they dig up anything, because they do dig up themselves, they like over in them European countries, they dug up themselves preserved in mud. When they started doing autopsies on them, they said the number one thing that they said, these people lived a very violent existence. They found new wounds, old wounds, and in between. Just everybody was they was violent towards each other and all. And then they want you to you know, they done put so many movies out about Henry VIII, it ain't even funny. A few little things, and all this man did was just kill his folks and chop his wife's heads off. But they want to make like that's royalty. That ain't royalty. There's a reason why I named the channel the way I named it. You are not royalty. When they talk about Prince Charles and all of that, them some damn Neanderthals too. Prince Charles over there rotting away as I speak.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't gonna live as long as his mama.
No, he didn't even take the throne until his 70s.
Yeah.
So no, she was a young woman. She was still in her 20s when she took the throne. Yeah. Charles took the throne at 70. No, he ain't gonna have it as long as his mama. No.
I don't know. In history, have you ever heard anybody taking the throne that old?
Yeah, some of them were old.
Okay.
Yeah, some of the men were old, but Charles ain't gonna last that long. No, he don't have his mama's longevity. That's for sure.
He back in the hospital right now, Lisa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He been getting sick left and right and all. But boy, we gonna be doing a lot of these, Lisa. I see. I mean, this stuff is so frequent. Because I have to admit, when Biden got in office, it got boring. It got quiet.
Mm-hmm.
And all. But boy, when you put a fool that have no common sense, a low IQ, everything you can think of is stuff that be popping off, and they nothing more than representing and following the lead of their leader.
Yeah.
And now you notice they can't even come out and blame us for anything. So they just
because we're not around. And it's a beautiful thing that he didn't really put us in his administration. Look, he put one black man that none of us ever heard of in HUD, right? Mm-hmm. And he gets no shine in front of the camera. Even when you see them having meetings, you don't even see that man. Mm-hmm. They keep him deep in the background. But the only ones you see constantly is Pete Hegseth, Mike Waltz. You see Elon all the time. They make sure you see the white males on a regular basis.
Because they are an inadequate group of so-called men.
But yeah, that dude that's heading HUD, you don't see him on camera ever. He makes sure that man ain't never seen.
Yeah, you right about that. You absolutely right about that. I had to go dig him. I had to go dig him up, to see if he even existed. It is, what he got? What, Herschel Walker?
He's an ambassador to I think Bermuda. Yeah, see, he put the black men where you don't see them. The few he makes sure you don't see them ever.
No, because they so worried about wanting to look good, wanting to be glorified and all of that. And they all know at the end of the day, like I said, the morale in all branches of the military is so low. I've been going to military websites or military people to have channels that they all involved in that military stuff. I ain't read not a one yet that have any respect for Pete Hegseth. Not at all. Not one damn bit. He ain't fooling nobody but him damn self. All pumped up. You stay pumped up. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes, Lisa.
The nice thing is the fact that he didn't really pick many of our people. They can't blame us for nothing.
That's great.
I love it.
So I have a question to ask. What do you think may happen in this particular situation as more? Because they're gonna put it all out. What do you think they're gonna do?
I think Trump is going to try to blow it off.
Okay.
Because look at what happened when the Signal app stuff came out. he said it was a media witch hunt. How is that a witch hunt? Your people really did that mess.
Well,
But that's what he tried to say. It was the media was on a witch hunt.
Well, you know what gets my goat, Lisa, is when we know the truth, and then somebody will sit up in your face and say what Mike Waltz has said. Well, it got sucked out. You know what? You, don't talk to me like that. I always been like that. Don't go there with me like that. So you just, you a damn fool. Ain't nobody, you know what? See, like I said on your live stream yesterday, I think way much deeper than that. In order for you to have that journalist number, you have had to talk to him before. You know, you ain't to be trusted. None of them is to be trusted.
Oh, hell no.
And then they want to brag that they work for the government. Who are they telling this stuff to? That's a security breach. This country is not safe.
Do you really feel safe with these folks in office?
No. Your ass,
I don't.
Your ass sitting up here on Gmail. What we gonna find out next? They're gonna be, because you know you can use a PlayStation to get on social media and send shit out. They're gonna be using their children's video games to do shit. I don't let nothing pass their ass.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
Trust me, all we gonna get. Look, from these folks, you can expect nothing but excuses, because that's all we gonna get from them. We ain't gonna get nothing but a boatload of excuses on why this Gmail situation happened. Oh, it's being blown out of proportion. Oh, this is a witch hunt. This is a witch hunt.
I was surprised Fox News even wrote an article about it.
Yeah,
they didn't put no emotion in it, because first they did put emotion in the first deal. They said, "Oh, it ain't no big deal." Now they sitting up there. They didn't put it out, but they quiet, and they know this shit don't look good. They know. I just like to see where they go with it, because they have, spoke against Trump, and when they speak against Trump, boy, Trump have a hissy fit. Oh, he's saying it's fake. He's saying it's fake news.
Oh, it's fake news, huh?
Okay, yeah, That's a damn shame.
Anything but accountability. Anything but accountability.
So again,
y'all get ready for it's going to be a crazy presidency. It's already crazy. It's going to get crazier.
I wonder what's going to happen tomorrow.
I'm sure it'll be a very interesting day, if nothing else. But y'all remember, this is Liberation Day. This is Liberation Day. So all these tariffs that went out around the globe has already officially hit.
Amazing.
So some of them said they were going to respond, but we'll see how they respond. So it's a lot to look forward to. That's for sure.
So one person asked me, and I got to say it as quickly as possible, how do you survive retrograde? Well, before you knew about retrograde, you had survived retrograde. So the only thing that I can say is just slow down. Be aware of your surroundings. One, I can't emphasize enough, when you're sending out emails or dealing with your electronics, you need to be careful during that time. I'm telling you something I know. Communication is an issue. During retrograde, things are not what it seems. All right? And we are looking at a clear example of communication is an issue. They screwed up on the electronic devices that they have and all. It just stuff that I keep repeating over and over, but you've been surviving it. Really, like I said, I live my life like it's retrograde. Yahweh just want us to slow down and be aware. See, one thing eventually, and it's the most out of body experience I've ever had. The more that you become aware, you feel one with the universe. It's a weird feeling, and we have became out of touch because the key thing is to separate our energy from this damn demon. That's why we don't celebrate their new year, because they have drawn enough of our energy. I'm not giving minds to them.
They can't even get us to pray for them no more. Now when they say pray for us, you got a whole bunch of videos coming. I ain't praying for you.
No, we will continue to pray. We will continue to pray for your demise. We will continue for things
and pray for our rise. Our rise.
Like I said, this is all about our throne at the end of the day. It's like we are already sitting on the damn throne and they're going crazy.
And the thing is, y'all, we have made it about us when we decided not to go to the streets. Let's continue to make it about us.
Thank you, Father.
That's all I can say. Let's continue to make it about us.
I never thought I would have seen that. You couldn't have told me I would have seen this so soon. We knew it was coming, but to live it in real time, Lisa, is like it's really going down. He's really listening to us.
And our people are really taking a stand, you know, and it's beautiful to see.
It's like I said, it's nothing for you to prove to the enemy. You are royalty. What are you proving anything to something that don't even have an origin? See, that's what we got to admit.
The Most High compared them to the field beast. So what does that tell you right there?
Yeah. And, you know, our folks are sitting up here for years, been trying to prove something to these folks. And you see what they about. You know, those inner things is in you. You know, honor that. You know what you're dealing with. You don't have to bend over back. When you at work, you do the bare ass minimum. You don't give up nothing. Because they always laying in the cut trying to think about how to get rid of us. So you don't give up everything. You don't give up everything to them. When you walk, don't have a love affair on a job or anything like that. Don't be loyal on a job. You know, it's just business at the end of the day. And when it's time to go, you just keep it moving and you take your information with you.
Yep.
What did you say? We even had this Latin woman saying she was a black woman for us to come out.
Well, yeah, you know, and you know, it is partly true. You know, many of these Mexicans and Puerto Ricans and stuff, they got black grandmothers, and they'll even they do, but that's not what they claim throughout their life. They are trying to be white, you know, but when it's convenient, they'll dig up that black grandmother that they never talk about, or great grandmother.
But do y'all know what they do with the black folks in their country? See, when I was working with them, the black folk in their country, they send them way out in the rural area.
Yeah, so they don't have to see them.
Yeah, and all. And if you
do that consistently in all of Latin America,
yes,
they got the Afro Latinos off in an area, you know, and usually they're in poverty and everything, off in a separate area,
doing us real nasty. And then if you take the time to watch a little bit of their TV over there and their commercials, they doing blackface commercials. The comedy that they do, they'll do blackface comedy and all of that. They do that stuff.
That's how you know. That's how you know they are Gentiles. That's how you know. You look at their actions. That's why I was trying to tell people, Don't act like nothing that crossed that border can't be a Gentile. There are plenty of them in South America.
Mm-hmm.
And
So,
they come across that fence and they got deep hate in their heart for us.
mm-hmm. I have when I watch some of their stuff over there, just to observe. That's all. All the people that do the news, you ain't gonna see none of us.
No,
And
you won't.
it looked like it looked like the women are half naked sitting up there. You know, I said these girls don't got a brain in their head. Soon as they face started to crack, they put a young one up there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so them people are disingenuous. They just, like I said, they immediate situation been affected, and they want us to go out there and get our head cracked, and then they go back to business as usual. Business as usual is over with. Y'all on y'all damn own. Figure it and find out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Telemundo, that's another one. You don't see no Afro-Latinos on there.
Oh, no. The only time you see some black folks on Telemundo is when you see Telemundo D-Box. That's the only time you're going to see it. A boxing match.
Mm-hmm.
And then every time one of our folks over there whoop their tail, you should hear how they whistle. Their whistling is booing. So they display they racism in the open too as well. So
Yeah, they sure do.
Uh-huh. So you ain't fooling us.
No.
And they do the same thing over in those Asian countries where they have those degrading commercials. They do blackface too.
Oh, yeah, they do blackface too. Yep, they sure do.
Yeah,
that's why I said, y'all want to know who's Gentile? Just look who does blackface. They do it in Latin America. They do it in Asia. We know they do it here every chance they can get. Those how you know these people are really telling on themselves. They really are.
Yeah. And they disingenuous. That's what gets me. That's what really gets me. When I went out and researched the other cultures that were supporting Trump, Lisa, it was so embarrassing to see how them people degraded themselves for Trump. We love Trump, like the Venezuelans. They put all their eggs in one basket.
Oh yeah, with the Cubans too. They were losing their minds over Donald Trump too, and now he's deporting their ass.
They had got during his campaign, they had got a snub, and they went out and interviewed them, and they said they would still vote for him.
Well, look at what happened with the Puerto Ricans. He had that comedian call the island of Puerto Rico trash. And they still overwhelmingly ran out and voted for Donald Trump. So look, we can't fix stupid, okay? Nobody can fix stupid.
And them people, the first round, they didn't fully get helped over there. They had warehouses.
Yeah,
full of
Donald
supplies.
Trump went over there and humiliated them damn people. Many of them lost their homes. They lost everything and didn't have nothing but the clothes on their back. And he's standing there shooting a paper towel at them like he's shooting a basketball in a hoop. Just humiliating them folks like that.
Yes, that's true. That's true. That's what he did.
And that's why I said he don't care about you. I even had a Latino when I was saying that back when that happened. You know, a Latino man came in my comment section and told me I was wrong. Donald Trump care about them. Okay. Where the hell are you now? Where the hell are you now?
He probably got deported, Lisa.
Yeah, he probably did.
Trump's so dumb, he didn't even know Puerto Rico was even a part of the United States, and you the damn president.
Commonwealth. It's a Commonwealth of the U.S.
And he's sitting up here. He was angry. Every time there's a natural disaster, he gets angry.
And believe me, you know how stupid some of them are? Some of them Puerto Ricans don't even know that that island is a Commonwealth.
Lord, Lisa, don't.
I remember I went to school with some. That's not true. That's not true. Do you know some of them don't even know that slavery was over there? I was like, how the hell are you on an island and you're sitting there talking about nobody was a slave there? I said,
Yes,
see,
it
some of y'all
was.
are dumber than a day is long. That's
They
why
they was over there
I know, I know.
sugarcane.
But
Damn.
that just goes to prove that they don't even know their own history. That's what it does. It just proves they don't even know their own history.
Okay, let's say Trump is about to go to the
fact
Rose
that you
Garden.
speak Spanish, the fact that you speak Spanish means your ass has been conquered.
Okay, yep, that's true.
Okay, that Spanish gives it away right there. You're a conquered people.
Because it happened to the in the Philippines. They were conquered twice. And I went to high school with a bunch of Filipinos with Spanish last names.
Yes.
Okay. Somebody put out that Trump is about to go to the Rose Garden he about to about these damn tariffs. Okay, Trump, whatever.
Every time he talk about the tariffs, just look at the market. It's probably going to crash again.
It sure is. And you know what gets me? Trump. Now now that was a new word that Trump learned. Now, anytime Trump learn a new word,
he wears it out, right?
Yeah, tariffs. Okay, remember, tremendous. Those are new words. When he learn a new word, he wear it out. Because he's famous for making up his own words.
Yes, he is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bigly.
Bigly. Yeah. I still. What do bigly mean?
He said it means big league.
Mm-hmm.
But when he says it, it sounds like bigly.
Lord. And what gets me is when he'll say, "Oh, I won by a lot."
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
It's like you would think he was in the third grade.
They say, Lisa, he got a fourth grade. He speaks at a fourth grade level.
Mm-hmm.
And he the president.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Do you notice how we have been ridiculed our whole life, and our community have been accused of being a bunch of criminals, and we always breaking the law and going to jail, right? Mm-hmm. But when it comes down to Donald Trump, nobody minds dealing with a criminal all of a sudden.
I mean, if you start lining up with what's in there, okay, so he the head criminal in charge, and then you start going through his cabinet members' personal lives. Like I said, you got a drunk, you got a dope fiend. I mean, you could go on and on and on what he got in his cabinet.
Yeah. Yeah, and you got Elon that can't even pass a security clearance.
He too busy getting high. Every day he high.
He's getting high and impregnating women and then turn around treating them like crap.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Before Elon closed his eyes, he's subject to have 30 children, Lisa.
Mm-hmm.
But he got a mess of children.
And don't take care of none of them. They said he is a real deadbeat dad.
Yeah, he a baby daddy for real.
He sure is.
He just got what's that little boy's name? X. Who names their child X?
Nobody. Elon. That boy gonna be teased so badly with that name. He just ain't around other kids yet. Wait until them other kids talking about some X.
Well, that boy, because that's his favorite. That boy gonna hurt his feelings. You show all that favoritism to that boy and ignore the rest of them other kids. Because I seen a picture of his other children. He got a lot of little kids.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, you having them every month? I mean, what went down?
I think some of those women were pregnant at the same time.
Me too.
Yeah, when you look at the kids, I think he had some of them women impregnated all at the same time.
Yeah, because it looked like he was walking with
because a lot of those kids look like they're around the same age.
Yeah, it was like a damn preschool. I seen that. I said, look at all these little kids. I'm like,
yeah, just me. Elon is pookie. Yeah, that's right. Elon is pookie.
You wrong, Lisa. Pookie.
Mm-hmm.
with his
That's
baby
right.
mama. He got baby's kids. That's what he
Yes,
has.
it does.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm-mm. Well,
Well,
it's look.
we'll see. We'll see what Donald Trump is yammering about. But
Oh
go ahead,
Lord.
before we go, True Royal,
Hmm?
you can go ahead and address everybody.
Oh, I just want to thank the people that have donated. Some people have most people have been donating to my Cash App in support of my grandchildren, and I will appreciate that. I appreciate that, but I will talk to y'all Friday more about that situation. I really don't want to get heavily into it. Uh, I need prayers, and I appreciate that. And then my number one concern is, please do not go out in these streets. I don't want to cut on the TV and see one of our folks busted upside the head. And we got to take this serious.
Mhm.
And put the word out, because not everybody watches TV. Not everybody gets on social media. I didn't talk to some family members. They don't know what is going on. They so turned off with what's going on that they are afraid to even listen to what's going on. So, tell them, don't go out in these streets. Um,
Yes.
and all. So that's the main thing. So I thank the royal family for everything. I truly, truly thank y'all.
Okay. Now, and I would like to give my thanks to everybody that donated to my channel. We Next, aka Dark Skin Brother, new membership. Thank you. Thank you again for the 3-month membership. Shalom, Lisa, my warrior sister and family in the chat. Chocolate Night 2, thank you for the super chat. The work of the HoaA peoples. That's the problem. They don't do no work. Tyrone Lewis, thank you so much for the super chat. David Joseph, millions of people have Gmail addresses. What the hell is wrong with these folks? You ain't never lie about that, David. Trevon Dash, thank you for the super sticker. We Next, aka Dark Skin Brother. Stay home, family, please. It's going to be a lot of Democratic bootlickers out there. Trump is going to use that to enact martial law, both parties, in on this wicked plan. Yes, and see, I think that's another reason why they're upset with us, is because we are spoiling their plans by staying out of the streets.
Mm-hmm.
We're spoiled. They got everything planned out on what they're going to do to us, and we have spoiled their plans.
True.
So now they're ready to throw the kitchen sink to get us out there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Don't fall for some of them little barbecue parties and stuff they put out. I seen them pull that type of stuff too. I seen them do it in Baltimore. How they lured us out with a little block party, and next thing you know, at the end of the block party, a bunch of us end up in jail.
Right.
Because you're thinking, oh, I'm gonna get me some free food and something to drink and all that. Nope, don't do it.
Yeah. We Next, aka Dark Skin Brother. Ain't nobody ever did one thing for us, not even the bootlickers that look like us. Thank you for that super chat. And thank you again for the super chat. Then they got the nerve to say we 2/5 of a man when their asses aren't even a man at all. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Like I said, you read that Bible, man, they are compared to the field beast. So, Dark Skin Brother, thank you again for the super chat. He got deported with the dude that said no more money for you. Yeah, that little Venezuelan that was on TikTok, Leano Moreno. They deported his ass back to Venezuela. He's back in Venezuela. And on top of all of that, they said he caused a bunch of chaos on the plane on the way there. I guess he didn't want to go back. So he was causing problems on the plane.
Oh, Lord. So the plane is flying in the sky, heading to where you're gonna be dropped off at, and you think you're gonna act a fool up in the sky, but the plane is still gonna drop your ass off.
Plane still dropped his ass off.
Lord,
He's
you
still
out
in
there,
Venezuela.
acting a fool, and you still got dropped off. That don't even make sense.
He did that to himself. See, he decided to go on TikTok and run his mouth and ended up landing his behind in jail. So, hey, now his butt is sitting back in his homeland over there in Venezuela. He's back home. He seemed scared. No, see, he was confident when he was on there talking about work is for slaves. He didn't come to America to work. Oh, he had a lot to say.
Damn, I wish they would have kept the camera in his face.
He put out a ton of TikTok videos when he was out there running his mouth.
What was his name again, Lisa?
Leano Moreno.
Leano Moreno.
Yeah.
I know how to spell Moreno, but I don't know how to spell Leano.
Oh, well, you just put in Moreno. It should
Moreno?
come up.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And he had his hair low cropped, and everything. Oh, his hair grew out. It grew out when he was on that plane flying back. But yeah, they took him from jail, and from jail they flew him right over to Venezuela.
Okay. I gotta go check that out.
Yeah, he dropped an anchor baby, but Donald Trump ain't accepting no anchor babies.
No,
they all out of here.
Well, Trump's son is an anchor baby.
Well, his wife is probably one too. No, she wasn't she from Slovenia? No, she's not, but the son is definitely.
She's from one of them countries, but yeah, his
Slovenia. She's from Slovenia.
Yeah. So,
I think his first wife, Ivana, was from Czechoslovakia at the time. I don't know it's not Czech anymore, but that's where she was from.
Yeah.
And they said her ass was real racist too.
Yeah.
Just like Donald Trump.
Well,
so anyway, that's why her ass is in a grave practically in the damn woods with overgrown grass.
They said that Elon will be leaving Doge soon.
Yeah, he's supposed to leave May 5th. He's supposed to be leaving.
Yeah, but his energy will be felt. So it ain't like to me.
Hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. And I believe he'll be back again. I really do. I think he may leave for a bit. Donald Trump gonna have his butt back up at that White House again. You watch. He ain't gonna be gone for good.
Sonia, you said, I don't know if anybody realized it, but Trump's wife looks pregnant. Well, if she pregnant, who got Trump didn't do that?
No, he sure didn't.
No.
Now she probably fooling around with somebody in the Secret Service.
Yeah, Tyrone.
No, Donald Trump don't want Tyrone around.
Well,
I bet you. Yeah.
No, you want Tyrone.
Yeah, but Donald Trump don't want them kind of Secret Service men. He want them ones that look like him.
Well, Melania, she want Tyrone. She want Tyrone. Tyrone cracking her back.
Well, she is 55 years old, pregnant at 55. I don't know.
Ooh, her face look bad. Damn.
Yeah, she's aging bad. She's, all that plastic surgery. At the end of the day, they still end up looking old.
Yeah, I'm looking at a picture of her now on AP News. Ooh, that's a bad looking picture, Lisa.
Yeah, that's why she had that hat pulled all the way down her head during the inauguration.
Yeah,
I think she knows she looks bad. Yeah, Trump had a black girlfriend up there in New York. She was a model.
I remember that.
I remember her. And actually, he was with her for several years. I mean, that was like pre-Melania. It was before he met Melania.
Yep, he sure did have a black girlfriend. I do remember that very well.
And she really wasn't a bad-looking woman either.
No, she wasn't.
I mean, I don't know.
I gotta look that girl's name up.
I saw her and Donald Trump over the years. He would have her with him. And Melania, she seemed like she trying to run the hell away from him. She's pregnant. That's gas. Oh, she ain't pregnant. That's gas.
Is she all bloated?
No, she could be bloated.
There's his there's his black ex-girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
There she is. Let me see what she look like now. This was in the early 90s.
Yes.
Oh, she from San Francisco. I didn't know that. Oh, now they saying she okay. Her mother is of African American descent.
Mm-hmm.
Her father is English Scottish descent.
Mm-hmm.
You know how white folks is. She black.
Yeah, she sure is. According to what they say is black, she sure is. Y'all. All right, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and conclude, and we'll definitely come back and do this again, because as long as Donald Trump is in office, we are not going to run out of anything to talk about. Ever. We are never going to run out of anything.
Here, I'm going to put her name in.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. That's his girlfriend. You can go look her up.
Yeah.
And that picture they got her looking more white than black.
Yeah. I mean, there are some pictures of her where you can see the sister in her.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely there. All right. Shalom, True Royal, and shalom to everybody in the chat.
All right. Take it on out.